Hi everyone and welcome back to the Crafty Yellow Camper, and today I've got a book fold card for you. Quite a simple card, quick and easy to put together, but utilises one of our lovely new sets of dies and one of the papers that was free during celebration. Unfortunately, when you're watching this, you're probably a little bit late to, would be too late to get these papers, but you can use any designer series paper you wanted, or you could stamp yourself up a one sheet wonder using any stamp set you wanted and use that to decorate the front of the card. The point of today's video is to show you how to do the fold. Okay, so let's get started. I'm just going to move these bits and pieces out of the way. I'll come back to those in a minute. Okay, so the card starts with half of a UK A4 sheet of card. If you're watching this from somewhere that has a different size, it is literally half of your cardstock cut in half lengthways, so that gives us a long piece of card, and all I've done is folded that in half. Okay, and that makes us a landscape card base. Okay, what we need to do now, I'm going to bring my trimmer in, and we need to make a score along the front here. Okay, so we want to score 3.5 centimetres from the fold. So I'm just going to pop that in there. At this point, the card is upside down, but it doesn't matter. So we need to score, oh, actually, no, it's not. We need to score 3.5 centimetres. So that's the 3.5 centimetre mark there. And if you want to be able to see the line, because obviously we're not cutting at this point, we're scoring, so if you want to be able to see the line, if you line it up with this line across the top of the trimmer or wherever you've got a straight line, just to make sure that the card is level or you'll have a wonky fold. So excuse me a minute while I get my head in there. It's not easy to see when you've got a camera right under your nose. There we go. Hopefully you didn't see too much of my extremely unruly hair. Okay, so we're going to just score that. Okay, I'm just going to move the trimmer out of the way. Now I've done the cutting on this card just to keep things fairly quick for you. So once you've scored along there, if you just fold that back on itself and give that a burnish just so you get a nice crisp score line there. And then the next thing we need to do is we need to stick this down, because the whole point of the book fold card is it's going to open like that. So what I'm going to do is come in with some glue. Now my advice would be to put the glue on this side, not this side, and not too much, because you don't want it squirting out really. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are just going to shut the card and give that a good press there. You can use a tape runner, stamp and seal, or you could use tear and tape. I've used wet glue just for a bit of speed. Okay, so that is the basis of the book fold card. I told you it was quick and easy. So now we're going to decorate it. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and cut some designer series paper. As I said, this was a celebration paper, but you could use any papers that you wanted. Now our card, before we glued this bit down, our card was a standard 14.8 by 10.5, which would make our standard mat 14.3 by 10. So we take off 5 centimetres all round to get that nice neat edge. Obviously we've now got this part stuck down and we just want a piece of design series paper to fit on there. So that is cut at 10 by 10.8. So you just need to make sure you've got it up the right way. As you can see, if you get it the wrong way around, it'll be too short and it'll stick over the top. So it's fairly easy. So we're going to stick that down there. I'm just going to bring my stamp and seal in for this. And these designer series papers are extremely pretty. Oh, no, I'm not going to use, oh, maybe. I think my stamp and seal is about to run out. That would be good halfway through the video, wouldn't it? Okay, so there's some stamp and seal on there. Oh, bits on my fingers. Okay, and we're going to stick our piece of designer series paper down onto the front there. Okay, so all of these bits and pieces were cut from a 6x6 sheet. So you can see the papers came as 12 by 12 and I cut them down to 6 by 6 to make them a bit more usable. So you can see that there's plenty left there to either decorate the inside of the card if you wanted to, or to use for something else. Okay, so I've cut a piece to go on here, and that is cut at 10 centimetres by 3 centimetres to give us that nice edge. You could have it the same way round as the card, or you could turn it the other way. For today, I'm going to have it the same way round as the main piece on the card. Okay, so I've just put some Stampin' Seal on there. I was trying to work out where it had been cut off, but I don't think I'm going to be able to match it up because I think this is cut off another piece. Okay, so we are just going to line that up there. So that is the main part of our card. Okay, and then just to embellish that a little bit, because although this paper is beautiful, I feel it needs something else. I've die cut this. This is one of a set of dies that go with a vine set, and I can't remember the name of it for the life of me now. And these are the flowering vine dies. There is a circle, an oval and a rectangle, and some other dies that coordinate with the stamp set. In fact, I'll just grab it out for you so you can have a quick look at it. It's called Vine Design. So this is the stamp set. Hopefully you can see that. Sorry, I'm filming at night, so it's a little bit of glare off the lights. Vine Design, which has got some really nice sentiments. There's a With Sympathy there, which, okay, no, we don't like making sympathy cards, but we do have to occasionally. And that you don't get in too many sets. And some other nice little flowers. And then I'll just give you a quick look at the dies. These are absolutely lovely dies. You're going to be seeing these again. So that is the rectangle. You can see it cuts a filigree. That is the oval, and that is the circle. Brilliant for all sorts of things. Wedding invites, engagements. There you go. Just floral, just because cards. You can see that will fit quite nicely in the centre of the C6. And then the other dies that come in that pack, just going to move that card to one side for a little bit, are these. So this long die matches up with this here. As you can see, that will cut that out. And then these, congratulations, thinking of you, sympathy, happy birthday, just, hello and thank you, will fit in there. And then you've got these little dies here which coordinate with these flowers. So you've got that one there, can't get hold of it, that one there, that one there, and that one there. And then you've got these three little tiny flowers which coordinate with that one there. And I really like that Stampin' Up have realised that when we're using a dinky little flower like this, it's unlikely that we're going to use just one, and so they've given us more than one die so that you can cut more than one at a time. Okay, I'm just going to slip those back in there because we're not going to use those today. Okay, just put those to one side. Okay, so back to our card. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this on the front there. Now, even though it's a filigree, there are several fairly chunky spaces where you can get some glue. So I'm just going to come in with my Tombow multi-purpose glue. I'm just picking a leaf or a join or a petal of one of the flowers as we go round, just to get some adhesive on there. You don't want too much, otherwise it will squidge out from underneath, and then you'll be waiting for it to dry to get a glue rubber on it. Okay. Right, I think that's probably got us fairly well covered. Okay, so put my glue back in there. I am going to pop that down. Now there isn't a right way and a wrong way, obviously, because it's circular, just trying to get it fairly in the middle. I'm just going to give that a gentle push down so that those little blobs of glue we've put make contact with the paper. Doesn't matter if not every single bit is stuck rigid. Okay, and then the other thing I just wanted to bring in was this really nice gold ribbon, which is part of the Fine Art suite. And just because it goes with one particular suite doesn't mean that you have to use it with that. So this would be with the art gallery suite. So I'm just going to tie a bow. So we're going to use bunny ears. So I should just show you, I'm sure most of you know how to do this, but for those that you don't, you get one loop around one finger, one loop round another finger. So you've got two ears, if you like, and then you basically tie them in a knot and then pull. And then you can fiddle about with it to get it nice and neat afterwards. I think this is probably the easiest way to tie a bow. Okay, and I'm just tweaking the bits of the bow before I pull my knot tight. The nice thing about this ribbon is it's sort of double-sided. There isn't a right side and a wrong side, and it's really nice and shiny and glittery. Okay, so I think that will do. So we'll give that knot a pull. I'm just going to bring in my scissors I keep for fabric or for ribbons. I'm just going to give that a nice neat tail. Okay. There we go. And we're just going to pop a glue dot or a dimensional on the back of that. I think we'll go for a glue dot because they're a little bit more adhesive. Not that there's anything wrong with the dimensional, but for sticking ribbon on, the glue dots do seem to do it better. So I'm just putting a mini glue dot on the back of that knot so you won't see it. And then that is just going to go onto that side panel like that. And then the last thing we need to do is just to add a panel inside the card, because obviously we've used Night of Navy cardstock, which is really dark. So again, we need to cut that the same size that we cut the smaller piece of paper on the front, which was 10 by 10.5. So I'm just going to trim this piece of Whisper White cardstock. Oh, that might just about do it, actually. Okay, yeah, there we go. So if you want to stamp a greeting on there, I suggest you stamp it on before you do it. And actually, let me grab one from the set. We'll go with a happy birthday, I think. You can see, look, I haven't actually had this set out yet, so you're getting the first viewing, so to speak. So I'll pull the back off. It won't actually have the sticker on it because I haven't mounted any of these stamps, so we'll just make sure we get it up the right way. And our flowers on the front are stamped in die cut from Rococo Rose cardstock. So what we use some Rococo Rose internally. So let's just make sure we get this happy birthday up the right way, because that would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Okay, so we're just going to ink that up and we'll pop that in the middle. Oh, every time. You can see there I've just caught the edge of the stamp, so word to the wise, just be careful not to ink it up too much or press too hard. And then I think what we'll do is we'll just come in with a couple of these smaller flowers. Okay, again, I haven't mounted any of these stamps, so what I'm going to do is just pop them onto my card and pick them up together so I know they're in the right place. Just to do a little stamp there, and then I'm just going to take that happy birthday off there, and I think we'll just bring in this little pointy flower, and we'll just put a little bit of that in there. So we've just got a little bit of detail for inside the card, so let's just move those out of the way, and we'll add some adhesive to the back of the card. can see I need some new insert. Okay, and we'll just, oh, you can see I've got ink on that now. Made a right mess of that, but that's fine. We'll sort that out in a minute. So I will just pop that down there like that. These little Tombow rubbers are really handy if you've got a little splodge of ink that you just want to get rid of. And if you can't get rid of it entirely, the best thing I find to do is to cover it up. So we'll just come in with one of those little flowers there. And what we'll do is we'll go across with one there. I'm going to peel that one off and we'll just have this more pointy one in the corner. So there we go, we've covered up the splodge. Don't just throw things away because you've made a little mistake. See if you can rectify it first. So there's our card. I hope you like it. Nice, quick, simple, easy card. That book fold's a really nice technique. And that's it from me. So I will see you again soon, I hope. And have fun. Happy stamping. Bye for now.